So we all experience being lost at some point in our lives. Like after a wild high school graduation party when you've had a little too much to drink and you realize the next day you've lost something you can never get back again. Or like your junior year in college, right? When you suddenly realize, I don't want to be a theater major anymore. But what am I going to do with all these makeup for the stage credits, right? Or as a parent, when you really do lose your 4-year-old son at a waterfront festival in Toronto. But tonight I want to tell you about being lost as a 50-something-year-old when your kids have gone off to college, finished college, gone off on their own, and you're ready for that next phase of your life. So about a year ago, my husband Doug and I moved to Westchester. We were so excited to be here. We'd always lived in the suburbs or someplace in the middle of nowhere with no amenities whatsoever. But here in Westchester, we could walk from our home into the bars, the restaurants, Story Slam, or go to the university and listen to lectures or concerts. We were very excited to be here. We moved in February in the middle of all that god-awful snow, if you remember. We were finally unpacked. Doug had found his way to King of Prussia on his first day commute. My home office was set up. I was ready to get to work, but I thought, let's get into a good routine. Let's go for a run this morning and start the day right. So I pulled up Google Maps, find my route that I'm looking for. I decide to go to the athletic fields at the university because I know there's tennis courts there, and one of my big dreams this spring is to play tennis. So I want to find the courts and see if the public is allowed to play there. So I plot my route, I go running off. Now this particular day, some of you may remember it, it was about 45 degrees out, but yet there's all that hard-packed snow on the ground, and it was very foggy, misty. You can barely see 10 feet in front of yourself, but I love that kind of weather. It energizes me. It was kind of surreal, but great. So I run off down past the university, and I get onto New Street, and I'm running, feeling great about my new beginning, and all of a sudden the sidewalk ends. Now the last thing I want to do is run on a windy road in the fog. So I think, okay, how can I get to the fields? But I know there's a neighborhood here. I remember it from Google Maps. So I take a left, I take a right, a left, a right, and I zig and I zag. And sure enough, I ended up at the athletic fields. Pretty proud of myself. And there it is, one big white expanse of nothing. But I find the tennis courts and the sign that says, sorry, public's not welcome here. But I'm like, I don't care. I'll find someplace else to play. You can't spoil my day today. I'm so excited to be here in Westchester. So I start heading home. I take that right again, the left, the right, the left. I zig and I zag, and I'm zigging and zagging, and suddenly I'm like, okay, I have no idea where I am anymore. Somehow, I managed to get lost. And I think, okay, I've got a good internal compass. I can do this. I trust myself. I'll keep going forward. And the next thing I know, I'm on a 4-lane highway with cars whizzing by in all directions, gas stations, fast food chain restaurants. I'm like, where the hell am I? There's piles of dirty snow everywhere, and cars whizzing by, and the stuff is coming up in my face, and I'm just like, oh my God, where am I? Now, I don't run with a phone. I don't have any ID on me. I barely know my address. I've only lived here 4 days, right? And I'm too embarrassed to go ask somebody, like, do you know where Sharpless Street is? Because for all I know, it's the next left. So I think I can't do that. And I suddenly had this feeling like Stanley in A Streetcar Named Desire, right? When he's outside of their apartment and he thinks he's lost everything he knew and trusted and believed in is gone. He's afraid he's going to lose it, and he just wants to call out to Stella, right? And I'm like, I want to do that too, but I'd be like, Westchester! But I didn't do that because that would be really weird. So I started thinking to myself, a week ago, I lived in a small town on the Hudson River, just north of the Tappan Zee Bridge. And when you live on a river, the sun always rises over there, and it sets over there behind the mountains. You can go north, you can go south, but you really can't go east because you'll fall into the water, or you can't go left, because you'll bang into the mountain, right? So you always know where you are. But I had this realization that sometimes when you're someplace you don't want to be, that's when you know exactly where you are. And sometimes when you are someplace you want to be, you have no idea what direction to go in. So I took a deep breath. I looked around me. I saw the gas station across the street, and I said, that Wawa looks familiar. Oh, that's where we got air in our tires when we were here visiting to look for a house a couple months ago. I'm like, okay. Oh yeah, and the guy was really nice there. And I look around some more, looking for anything to give me a little bit of direction. And I see a street sign. And I look at the name on the street. I'm like, come on, come on, come on, come on. I know this, I know this. And then I thought, wait a second. We looked at a house on that street, and we decided not to rent it because, you know what? It was too far a walk from town. And that's when I knew, somehow, I'd find my way. I'd find my way. Thank you.